Okay, in your IELTS listening test, section 4 is the one where you will be indicated to attempt all the 10 questions in a single go. The audio is going to be 5 to 6 minutes long. As you listen to the audio, you should be able to type down the answers in one word. It's a standard restriction, one word only for any IELTS listening section 4. Okay, so it's a monologue, it's a completely a lecture, right? So let's understand. New Caledonian crows that use of tools. Oh, examples of animals using tools. Chimpanzees use stones, break nuts. Okay. New Caledonian crow made a dash out of wire to move bucket of food. So something out of wire to move a bucket of, maybe a out of wire means what crows can get from a wire, maybe metallic. The metal part might have been extracted by the crow, metal part from a wire. Wire means, a rubber or plastic coating around the metal, right? The metal wire might have been extracted by the crow and made use, okay, to move a bucket of food. New Caledonian crow use sticks to find food. New Zealand and Oxford experiment. 3 stages. Crows needed to move a dash in order to reach a short. Move a what? Crows needed to move a something. I need a noun in order to reach a short stick. Then use the short stick to reach the long stick. Then use the long stick to reach the food. Oh my god. Move a thread or something, another wire or something, in order to reach a short stick. Oxford crows used the sticks to investigate whether there was any dash from an object, any link. I need a noun again here, and a link from an object. Crows use sticks to investigate whether there was any link, any hole, or any wire from its hole or something. The research was inspired by seeing crows using tools on a piece of cloth, cloth, to investigate a spider design. Oh my god. Parney used a stick to investigate a snake made of dash. Snake made of what snake? Perry used a stick to investigate a dash. Maybe these are crow's names. Corbeau used a stick to investigate a metal toad. The crows only used sticks for the first contact. Okay, they always used sticks made of something. Noun. I need another noun. A, there we have A here. Conclusions of Eboris. Ability to plan provides interesting evidence of the bird's cognition. You know cognition, right? Cognitive abilities. Able to understand the things, right? Unclear whether this is evidence of the birds. Unclear whether this is evidence of the birds' intelligence, birds' carefulness. I need a noun again. Scientists have attached very small cameras to birds' pelvis. Birds' pelvis or birds' wings or birds' head, right? Food in the form of beetle larva provides plenty of protein for the birds. Plenty of vitamins or proteins. I need now. Noun again. Larva specific dash composition, complex composition, or unusual composition. I need an adjective here. Composition is actually a noun. Just before it, I need an adjective. What kind of composition? Adjective. complex, unusual, strange can be identified in the birds that feed on them. Scientists nourished or you know well nourished composition, something of that sort. Scientists will analyze what the birds include in their diet, food, or something. I need noun again. All are nouns. Shall we start listening? Let's listen. Okay, Yogeshwar, you are for academic, right? Yogi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
No issues. Let's listen. Hope you are following. Mm, let's listen. Let's listen.
آفرینش IELTS House.
Recording 70. You will hear a lecture about a species of bird called the New Caledonian crow. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Carefully and answer.
Right.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
I'm going to talk today about research into a particular species of bird, the New Caledonian crow, whose natural habitat is small islands in the Pacific Ocean. And it seems that these crows are exceptionally resourceful. Using sticks or other tools to find food isn't unknown among birds and animals. Some chimpanzees, for example, are known to bang nuts on stones in order to break the shell and get at the edible kernel inside.
Okay, they are going to use the sticks to break something and eat the edible food inside of any, the outer layer is going to be broken and inside food is going to be eaten by them by breaking the outer layer, making use of sticks or stones or something. Chimpanzees use stones. Maybe these cows use sticks.
One New Caledonian crow called Betty bent some straight wire into a hook and used it to lift a small bucket.
Bent a wire to move. You missed the word. I need a noun.
Edible kernel inside. One New Caledonian crow called Betty bent some straight wire into a hook and used it to lift.
Bent a straight wire into a hook out of wire to move a bucket of food. Yes.
A small bucket of her favourite food from a vertical pipe. This experiment was the first time she'd been presented with wire, which makes it very impressive. Another crow called Barney has...
So Betty, when it was presented with the wire for the first time, it was able to create a hook to move a bucket of food, bucket of his favorite food.
Demonstrated his skill at using sticks to forage for food. In one research project, scientists from New Zealand and Oxford set captive New Caledonian crows a 3-stage problem. If they wanted to extract food from a hole, the crows first had to pull up a string to get a short stick, then use that short stick to remove a long stick from a toolbox, and finally use the long stick to reach the food. Amazingly.
Again, we missed it. It's actually move a what? I listened a string. Isn't that right? Please listen it again.
A 3-stage problem. If they wanted to extract food from a hole, the crows first had to pull up a string.
Pull up a string.
Get a short stick.
To get a short stick. To get a short stick, they pull up a string. Yes, it's string. One word only, please observe.
Then use that short stick to remove a long stick from a toolbox, and finally use the long stick to reach the food. Amazingly, they worked out how to do this successfully. Further experiments carried out at Oxford suggest that crows can also use sticks as tools to inspect all sorts of objects, possibly to assess.
So investigate, inspect. She used inspect. Here it is investigate. Both can give same sense.
Carried out at Oxford suggests that crows can also use sticks as tools to inspect all sorts of objects, possibly to assess whether or not they present a danger.
Whether or not they present a danger. Any danger from an object. Danger. Right.
The idea for the experiment came from observing the birds using tools to pick at random objects, such as a picture of a spider that was printed on some cloth. In this research, 5 pairs of crows, including Barney, underwent tests to see how they would react to a variety of objects, which were carefully chosen so the birds wouldn't be tempted to view them as a possible source of food. As a further precaution, all the crows had been fed beforehand. On 8 occasions, a bird's first contact was by using a tool. In all 3 trials, Barney began by using a stick for inspection. One involved a rubber snake. First, he approached it, but didn't touch it, then retreated to pick up a stick. He then prodded it with the stick.
Barney used a stick to investigate a snake made of rubber snake. Yes, made of rubber. It's a rubber snake, right? She investigated whether it is dangerous or not by making use of a stick. It's a rubber snake. Right.
After some more investigation, he discarded the stick and carried on pecking at the snake more confidently, apparently convinced that it wouldn't move. In other experiments, 2 different birds, called Pierre and Corbeau, also made a first approach with tools on 3 separate occasions. Pierre used a short piece of wood chip to touch a light which was flashing, and Corbeau
Wood chip used a stick. Wood chip. Chip what? Investigate a wood chip or what she said.
a first approach with tools on 3 separate occasions. Pierre used a short piece of wood chip to touch a light which was
Okay, stick. Instead of stick, wood stick, wood chip.
a first approach with tools on 3 separate occasions. Pierre used a short piece of wood chip to touch
Wood chip, short piece of wood chip that is nothing else a stick to investigate.
a light which was flashing.
Investigate a flash. Okay, light which was flashing, so light would be better fit instead of flash. Flash is not being investigated, light is going to be investigated.
A first approach with tools on 3 separate occasions. Pierre used a short piece of wood chip to touch a light which was flashing, and Corbeau was seen prodding a metal toad with a stick. Significantly, the crows tended to use the sticks only to make their first contact with the object. Subsequently, they either ignored the object or dropped the tool and pecked at the object, which is very different from using the tool to get access to food. So, what conclusions can be drawn from the research? Evidence is building up from experiments such as these that the birds are able to plan their actions in advance, which is very interesting for understanding their cognition. They don't seem to be responding in a pre-programmed sort of way. It may even be possible that they're able to view a problem and work out what the answer is. However, a major difficulty is assessing whether this tool-using behaviour is a sign of intelligence. To some extent, this
Okay, tool using behavior is a sign of intelligence. To confirm this idea, sufficient evidence is not there. You can't confirm tool usage is a representative of their intelligence. Unclear whether this evidence is evidence of the bird's intelligence. This is the evidence of bird's intelligence. Intelligence. Right? As they are using sticks, can we say they are intelligent or not? This evidence is not enough. That's what she's saying.
that they're able to view a problem and work out what the answer is. However, a major difficulty is assessing whether this tool-using behaviour is a sign of intelligence.
Tool using behavior is a sign of intelligence. You can't say based on tool using behavior. That's what she said.
To some extent, this is related to the ecological circumstances in which the animal is found. So, scientists want to find out much more about how the crows behave in their native habitat, and a team from Exeter and Oxford universities is carrying out research in New Caledonia. They're looking into whether the birds' way of searching for food gives them any possible evolutionary advantage. The birds are hard to observe, as they live in a region of mountainous forest, so the researchers have attached tiny cameras to the tails of some birds as one.
Okay, not head, not to wings, but tails. They have attached cameras at their tails. We expected maybe at head or their wings, but it is tails.
Method of investigating their behaviour. The birds are masters at using sticks for food, in particular beetle larvae from the trees. It's possible that the birds can derive so much energy from these grubs that they only need to eat a few each day. This would mean that they wouldn't have to spend most of their waking time searching for food, as most animals do. The beetle larvae have a distinct chemical makeup, which can be traced through the feathers and blood of birds that eat them. Scientists have collected samples from crows in order to estimate the proportion of larvae in their diet. They should then be able to gauge the extent to which individual birds depend on using sticks to feed themselves. We have learnt a great deal about the ability of New Caledonian crows to use tools, and some very interesting research is being carried out into them.
Hey, we missed the last three. It was so fast, right? 1 second.
Of birds that eat. This would mean that they wouldn't have to spend most of their waking time searching for food, as most animals do. The beetle larvae have a distinct chemical makeup, which can be traced through the feathers and blood of birds that eat them. Scientists have collected one method of investigating their behaviour. The birds are masters at using sticks to find food, in particular beetle larvae from the trees. It's possible that the birds can derive so much energy from these grubs that they...
Yeah. These grubs, they can get so much of energy, plenty of energy. It's energy. The audio has not been well. Audio is not well, not clear. So much of energy, drive so much energy for the birds.
only need to eat a few each day. This would mean that they wouldn't have to spend most of their waking time searching for food, as most animals do. The beetle larvae have a distinct chemical makeup, which can be traced through the feathers and blood of birds.
Composition means makeup, constituent, chemical. I need an adjective, right? Chemical makeup, chemical composition.
That eat them. Scientists have collected samples from crows in order to estimate the proportion of larvae in their diet. They should then be...
In their diet, proportion of larvae in their diet. Okay.
Be able to gauge the extent to which individual birds depend on using sticks to feed themselves. We have learnt a great deal about the ability of New Caledonian crows to use tools, and some very interesting research is being carried out into them.
Yes, buddy, these are the right answers. If you are unable to, do this one well, you have to start working on the transcript. Let me show you. Yeah, here we go. This is answer key now. Yeah, this is the transcript. You can start working on, you can start try to understand each and every sentence of, okay, page number 358 or 359 if I am not wrong. So as per the strategy, if you feel difficult with the test, you have to start understanding exact meaning of the related transcript. Page number 362, buddies, where listening test 8 transcripts can be seen, but section 4 might be difficult for some of the students. Section 2, this section 2, 360. Here we go. As you felt difficult with section 4, just start reading this. Please try to understand each and every word and each and every sentence, and then give the section 4 again. That's how you can master the listening skills. Okay, right. The proof lines have also been underlined. That won't give you the answers directly, but your motive is to understand exact meaning of the whole transcript and give the same test again, if necessary, again and again. Okay, improves your understanding ability of these accents. Okay, right. Right. We got all the questions correctly. The first one is hook, string, danger, rubber, light, intelligence, tails, energy, chemical type. Yes, all are correct. Okay, so follow the basic approach. Once you're done with the test, if you couldn't get good score, start working on the transcript and give the same test again and again until you feel confident about the transcript that you understood, whether exactly or not. Okay, yes.